Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing a topic which is hot on many people's lips here in Thailand as of late, especially as we're entering the final phases of the COVID-19 lockdown and we're headed into the middle parts of July. We are being faced with the imminent deadline and the end of the Thai visa amnesty. So for those who are unaware, the COVID-19 situation presented a lot of unprecedented problems to Thailand, most notably people who were stranded here as a result of lack of flights, lack of ability to leave Thailand due to the COVID-19 situation. As a result of the COVID-19 situation, the government, via certain emergency powers granted to them, created this amnesty. And they basically said, look, we're not going to enforce overstay fines. We're not going to accrue time toward being put on the blacklist for overstay as a result of this COVID-19 situation. And basically, anyone who had a visa expiring within the COVID window, if you want to call it that, or the amnesty window, any of those folks who were seeing their visa expire during that period basically got an amnesty. Some call it an extension. It's not the same thing. I made another video contemporaneously with this one discussing the differences, but in short, it is an amnesty. You are in overstay technically, but you're not accruing time as far as a fine goes, and you're not accruing time as far as blacklisting after the overstay has ended, or excuse me, after the amnesty has ended. You're not accruing time toward being blacklisted from re-entering. Now, in a recent article from The Nation, that's nationthailand.com, this was published July 3rd, 2020. Article is titled, Immigration Bureau Mulls Further Visa Extension for Stranded Foreigners. Quoting directly, the Immigration Bureau is discussing the possibility of extending visa amnesty for foreigners stranded in Thailand. Foreign Ministry Deputy Spokesperson Natapanu Nopakun said at the daily COVID-19 briefing on Friday, July 3rd. Quoting further, Natapanu asked people to be patient, adding that the Immigration Bureau's decision on the subject will be made public soon. Now, we're going into a long weekend here in Thailand. There are some religious holidays, notably Asana Bucha and Buddhist Lent, which are upon us over this coming weekend. So those who are watching this video, be aware that although they are discussing this, we're probably not going to see a final decision or a final announcement on this topic until after, I would say likely Tuesday here in Thailand. So we will keep you updated on this channel. Now understand, this is not a foregone conclusion, and we don't know exactly what a further extension of an amnesty may look like. It may only be an amnesty for certain categories. It may not be as long as the prior amnesty. The initial amnesty was announced for a month. It had limited restrictions on certain people to whom it applied. It then was extended. The scope of it was also extended in terms of the visa categories who would be covered under it. The other thing to bear in mind is just because an amnesty is in force, if you are extending status in Thailand, it's a good idea to continue doing so as per normal, because if you fall into the amnesty by dint of the fact that you otherwise would have been an overstay, when that amnesty ends, presumably the rules of status quo ante-COVID, if you want to call it that, are going to come back into effect. So again, if you're extending, it's a good idea to continue extending. But if you fall into amnesty or have fallen into amnesty, this may be welcome news. We may see an extension. I personally have discussed this in other videos. I'm not certain that this is a foregone conclusion at all. I think as the travel situation improves, it becomes less and less likely that an amnesty extension will be approved. That being said, the situation is rather fluid. I think it's possible to see another amnesty. Now again, not a foregone conclusion it will happen, not a foregone conclusion as to duration, not a foregone conclusion as to scope. We will keep you updated on this channel as best we can, but for now, it is at least being discussed and it is noteworthy.